Hey, welcome back to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. Without question, in my opinion, for most of the viewers of my videos, because of where we are in chess, I seriously doubt I'm attracting much of the higher level players except for them to ridicule me because I am a beginner and I'm showing my journey from the beginning of my chess improvement. I'm not waiting till I'm on top of the mountain and then describing the valley below. I'm walking up the mountain with you to chess achievement, right? And everyone has their favorites. And technically, I haven't been able to argue with anybody when they recommend other books. I agree fully. But one of the powerhouse books for me, one of the most singular important books on improving our chess, in my opinion, but you have to be a little bit beyond beginner, sincerely, but well worth it, is my man Jeremy Silman. How to Reassess Your Chess, 4th edition. You can't miss it. It's got a great, big, beautiful knight on the cover. This text is everything a chess book should be, in my opinion. And no, I'm not getting paid by Jeremy Silman for giving a shout out for his fabulous materials. And no, he doesn't watch my videos because he's retired enjoying his life. But he has seen my videos, and he did send me this book along with a fabulous t-shirt, and I can't find it right now. But so anyway, so thank you, Mr. Silman, for all of the time you put writing these books together. This particular game I'm taking out of it, it's on page 283 for those of you who have the text. Part 6, Statics versus Dynamics. I never, and maybe I did and I've just forgot, and that is entirely possible, I promise. I know, I'll get on with the game, I promise, but I never put the connection together on the coordination of the teamwork, I'll say. The cooperative teamwork that occurs. I mean, if you want to improve your chess game, hopefully you can put this together, and we can. We can. I promise. Between the rooks and the bishops, the bishops empower the rooks and vice versa. This game, it occurred in 2008 by Topalov and Aronian. I'm not sure if I've shown this before. I might have shown this in one of my earlier videos. It looked barely familiar, but even if I did from back then, it's okay. This is worth going over again and again until it sinks in. You know, we need to do a mind meld with Dr. Spock. Mind meld so that we can put chess together like this. This game is beautiful for a number of reasons, of which, yes, your guest, or your host, I should say, is going to show you what they are. Topalov is playing the white. He opens with the king-pawn opening. Knight f6. Hopefully I'll do this right, please. c4, e6. It's going to be a good opening. Topalov is considered one of the world's foremost attackers in chess. He is not a Mickey Mouse type of player. He is extremely dangerous to play against. And so far as I can tell, no one's ever said otherwise about him. He is just spectacular when it comes to attacking chess. How he puts this thing together, and I will explain it as we go along, really electrified me. Watch how he centralizes his queen. Here's hitting the knight, getting ready for this boy here. See, I told you. That move forced him to take the knight. Realistically, he was going to anyway, perhaps in a few moves, but when Topalov did that, he said, okay, I'll bet you're off. I've got to swap. Now he brings the knight to c5, of course, hitting the queen. He doesn't put the queen back. He leaves her out. You've already developed her. Leave her out. Move her to safety, of course. But here she's got dynamic, wonderful, beautiful influence, right? As opposed to putting her back home. Or even down to here or here. This is a terrific square at this point. Yeah, she's out early. I understand that. And believe me, Topalov does too. But, you know, let's just work with it and see what happens. d6, you'll see it's not such a bad... He had fianchettoed, so put the bishop out there in the fianchetto, absolutely. And now here comes Aronian up the center. Now Topalov puts his queen over to here. It appears he's making a lot of queen moves in the opening before he's fully developed. Because he is. I mean, duh. But they're purposeful. Watch. Watch. It's not so much to attack as to make sure his position stays strong is why he's making all these queen moves. Queen c7. Now, Aronian brings his queen, and now he's going to swap the knights. Yep. Swap the knight. D takes, and then Topalov will castle, and then the knight coming out from Aronian. Now, oh, hold on here. Okay. We are at the point where I'm going to read just a little bit of something to you in the idea. This is the popular line in the Nimzo Indian. White has the bishop pair. Notice he's summing up, he's checking out the imbalances here. One of the imbalances, white has the bishop pair. So we're bishop bishop versus bishop knight. Okay? That critical to get all those small details correct. That does change what you do in your game if you have both bishops and your opponent does not. Don't kid yourself. That can make you or break you. Just that imbalance alone. So we must pay attention to these things. And this game will show this. It will show this in such magnificent style. Wow, it's awesome. So, he also, however, now this can be a bonus only if he puts his bishops into the game. I mean, they're useless if you don't use them. Yes? Here's the downside of White's position. His pawn structure. Look, double pawns and they're already stopped, dead in their tracks. He's got an isolated pawn here. He's got an isolated blocked pawn island here. And now he's got a third pawn island here. As Aronian has all four pawns together and then all three pawns together. So that's the downside. And if black can exchange one of these bishops and restrain the bishop's activities, then that makes the game better for black. So by noting the imbalance, if you're playing white, you know what black should be doing. Now whether he does or not, it's up to him. But he should try to swap off one of your bishop pair. And he should try to limit the activity of your bishop pair. That means black is going to try to get a pawn here that is protected. You see, literally, it kills the strength of this bishop. Thunk. Yes? Here, that bishop is Godzilla. Here, he's a horny toad. You see the difference there. That is critical, you guys. The entire game can completely turn with one pawn move. That's how chess works. So those are some of the imbalances. As white, what is your plan? You already have the plan, and I mean for the rest of the game. And you go, well, I don't know where he's going to put his pieces. I don't know what he's going to do. Yes, you do. And yes, you know what you're going to do. Right now, every move you make contributes to this, or you're not playing the right game in this position. Here's the plan. This is clearly a dynamic that is two active bishops versus a, and he's also got a lead in development, versus a static bonus, the excellent pawn structure of black. Therefore, white has to insist that his bishops somehow reach their full potential. That's the whole game right there, you guys. That's the total bag of strategy right there. We will make our bishops dominant. Period. End of discussion. Or you're not going to play the winning game. That's how Topalov thinks. He sees things like this, and that's how. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. The next move by Topalov is f4. And you're going, holy crap, dude, really seriously. Your pawn structure sucks. And now you're pushing an f4 pawn that is, if it's taken, is going to give you another isolated pawn, the e-pawn. So that instead of having just 3 pawn islands, you're going to have 4 of them. Do you not see that you are increasing the weakness of your pawns? And the answer is yes, he does see this. This is Topalov. At this point, it is irrelevant for Topalov to worry about his pawn structure, because he has to play very strong, dynamic chess. And that means making his bishops strong. That means less pawns in your way. Because on an open board, bishops have the whole run of the place on an open board. But if you have a bunch of pawns up here in pawn chains and pawns locked all over the place, your bishops don't work very well. So now, that pawn move makes beautiful sense. And in fact, he took it. He did take the pawn. And that's why that pawn move made sense in this instance. Because of the imbalance of 2 bishops versus 1. It's kind of fun how it all gels together, isn't it? Now, do you retake with the rook or the queen or the pawn? Because each retake is gonna change the structure and dynamic of the game. So understanding that your goal is to activate your bishops, that really doesn't work. No. That is the wrong retake piece. Your king's castled over here besides. Yes? Okay. So Topalov retook it with the rook. And you immediately see why. open file. No joke. Fabulous. Absolutely correct as far as that goes. So, and he comes to day 5, and suddenly the position is absolutely wide open. You don't see any pawns in the center hardly, do you? Yeah. There better not be, because you want your strong bishops. Yes. The first thing you're going to do to improve your imbalance of your bishop pair is eliminate as many pawns as you can of your own and your opponent's. You want it open field, and look at that. That's a pretty good looking open field for bishops to play in. Right? Yeah. That's good stuff here. Boom! What is Topalov doing? He is taking over the open file with the rook, and he is using from the above this pawn the open file with his queen. He pins the knight to the queen, and holy cow, already the attack is on. Very nice, very nice. I'm just saying, you know. So queen comes to e5. It is so nice. Aronian says, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to play this game without the queens. That's how powerful that move was. And Topalov said, yeah, no problem. So he took the queen, and then Aronian retook with the knight. So the queens are off the board. Bishop e3. Put the bishops into activity. Get them working for you. That is the plan. Right? So do it. Right now. Don't wait for a few more moves. Right now. Do it immediately. Aronian keeps his knight safe, which is a lousy move, but it's the only way he can protect his c5 pawn from the bishop, because he activated his bishop and he's hitting a target. And so now Aronian is reacting to what Topalov is doing. Topalov has the initiative, in other words. Topalov's agenda is coming to fruition. Aronian is responding to him. Right? Rook e4. On the file. And there's where he's going. On the 7th rank. And this enhances his bishops, which is what he's trying to do. I never caught this before, man. The rooks are coordinating to open it up so that the bishops can dominate the game. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, very cool connection. Very cool connection. Rook a6. It's so important to get the rooks out that he can't get it out through normal means, so he's pushed his a-pawn and he's going to come out this way. That's how important the rooks in the game are. That is how critically powerful you have to make your rooks. Very cool lesson. Yeah. The other open file. Topalov's doing it. Yes. Open file. Queen, open file. Put the rook on the open file after the swap of queens. And now put your other rook on the open file. He never ignores the open files. He uses them. Every time. Every time with every piece you can possibly do it. And what the open files are doing for Topalov is it's opening up the diagonal power for the bishops. And where is Aronian's bishop? And where is Aronian's knight? Because Topalov has cleared the field of pawns, there are no outposts for his knight, except here and here, and he can't get there. See how the cooperation and dynamic of rook's open files and bishop's angles and diagonals work so well. Oh, this is a fantastic illustration of that. One of the best I've ever seen. Oh my God. Be still, my heart. My gosh. Cool stuff, man. And what's he do? He brings his rook out on a file directly across from the opponent's king. Yeah, that's good chess. Hey, drink to that. That's good chess. Aronian is no Mickey Mouse to chess either. But against Topalov, you don't have a chance. But he's really given it his best shot. Now, 7th rank. Yes, yes, and yes. 7th rank. Pure attack. Pure attack power. Pure attack power. Pay attention to the details of how Topalov does this. It is magnificent. Bishop f4 on the outpost, taking over the chessboard. Literally dominating the chessboard because the open files have been cleared. Nice. So nice. At this point, here is the comment. White's bishops are eating up those diagonals. They are just owning everything. At this point, black has strategically lost. White has achieved what he set out to do. He put his bishops in a vastly superior power mode. And boy, can you see that, right? So now you just play through with the power you've accumulated with the open files and the bishops. Watch how Topalov does this. Absolutely magnificent. So h5, getting way too excited. It's just chess. It's not a big deal. You know, a complete waste of time. But look at that bishop! I mean, oh! Whoa! I mean, cowabunga, man! What a board for white! Now they own the chess game. Wow! Fantastic. Fan-stinking-tastic. Rook. Sorry. Other rook. Rook e4. Get rid of some pieces. You are being smacked down. That is the only thing he can do. Is rook e6. And yeah, swap the rooks. It's okay because at this point, the more pieces come off the board, those bishops become even stronger. However, look at what happened now. Aronian, in the process of swapping rooks, has opened up a file hitting the bishop himself. Unfortunately, to get rid of that bishop on that outpost would mean he loses the exchange. But at least he now has an open file also. Yeah? Bishop to d6. Here we go. Pure poetry in motion. Once you make the board position capable of enhancing the imbalance that you own the two bishops. Now put it to work. Beautiful, beautiful chess. Not good chess. That's beautiful chess. That's not worth a swig. That's worth a guzzle! Whoa. All right. I overdid that one. Boy. Anyway, yeah, now I'm celebrating. Crap, I'm going to have to mop the floor after this now. My wife's going to kick my butt. Okay, calm down. Where was I before I so rudely guzzled myself into glory playing this game? Let's see. Bishop to d6, hitting the rook. Yeah, so rook comes to f6. Rook d1, the other open file. Right there, baby. Topalov is merciless here, man. Holy cow. King f7. Let's do this. Bishop f4. King goes back to g8. He's in trouble if he's not careful. Bishop to Bishop to c7. Holy crap. He's got it to the base of the pawn chain. That's the most beautiful place to attack the pawn chain, is at the base. And he's there. Yeah, this is not looking good for Aronian. Rook to f7. Bishop g6. Man, it's like a double-barreled shotgun. You cannot stop him. Watch how he is systematically applying the benefit of the imbalance to completely overpower Aronian. This is magnificent chess. Really. And I'm only just barely slightly exaggerating. Really. Well, a4. And at first you think, really? Come on, dude. You're getting your cotton picking butt paddled with a ping pong paddle, and you pull off a4? What the heck? But watch. Here's the comment. And I'm going to play through this with you, because it doesn't matter what he does. He's going to get absolutely blaster-fitched. That's a new word that my oldest brother taught me. Blaster-fitch. I don't know what it means, but it sounds cool. So, if he went to rook f8, then bishop d6. Yikes. Then rook f6. Then bishop e8. Whew. Oh, man. Now rook f5 and bishop e7. Oh, my gosh. Knight f8. And then rook d8. The fabulous combination of bishops and rooks. There are more of your pieces on his side than his. Wow. So bishop a6. And boom! Bishop G6, and Silman says this looks more like a teenage slasher movie than it does a game of chess, because white is just eating black alive. The power of rooks on open files coordinated with bishops hacking and slashing. Fundamentally fabulous. So that is why Aronian went to A4, right? Now, bishop takes H5. Gonna clean him out. Clean him out, man. He's got the dominating bishops. The knight's going to try to attempt to threaten the bishop, and the bishop simply continues, keep on mopping the floor. Bishop takes F7. King takes F7. The bishop has done his job magnificently. Now bishop takes B6. And he is just cleaning him out. Bishop comes to A6. He just keeps taking everything he's got. E5. Bishop takes, no, E5. A3. Bishop takes C4. And bishop goes to B4, covering all of his bases. He pushes the E-pawn again, and then the king comes to F1. And that's where Aronian resigned. Rightfully so, because you've got the open file. You're up the exchange. You've still got a powerful bishop. You're way overwhelming in number of pawns that you've got. The knight has to stay here and guard the king because of your rook, and the bishop can escort the pawns in. And it is the correct color to get him to here anyway, but he'll be able to get him in. There's no problem because he's got the rook. So holy cow, you guys, the connection for me personally, what I gained from this wonderful illustrated game by Silman, is the cooperation and coordination between the rooks and the bishops. Fantastic. Because we saw early on the imbalance between the bishops and the bishops and the bishops and the knights. And it made the difference because Topalov put his bishops. He made the board superior to bishops first by opening it up. And then he put his bishops to work. That is fantastic chess. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for boring you so much. It's really not much else other than just chess, but you know, these things kind of get exciting when you begin to put it all together and realize I can do that in my games. That's the key. So, all right, be good, do well, have fun, work hard. Oh, sorry, it is getting late, and I am tired, and I've got to work tomorrow. We're going to get 6 inches of snow tonight. So I have played all the chess I can today. I have tried to show you as many videos as I can this weekend. I've given you a lot of material. Have fun, be good, do well, work hard, don't get too cold in the snow, avoid frostbite. Find yourself by a heater if possible. If you have an inside job, count your blessings if it's cold. After all, it is winter, at least here in North America. So, alrighty. I will see you after you have a happy chessercising, happy checkmating week. I will see you in the next Backyard Professor Chess video.